What's up everyone, 124san's here with a quick draft of Outlaws of Thunder Junction. I've drafted a lot of Final Fantasy recently, and Outlaws of Thunder Junction quick drafts was up recently, so I want to draft this for some change of pace. Without further ado, let's look at the pack 1 pick 1. Here we have a special guest, Morbid Opportunist. 3 mana for 1/3, wherever one or more creatures die, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. It was the uncommon from, I think it's Midnight Hunt, and it was a premium uncommon because the die trigger triggers off both sides. So either you trade your creature or chump your creature into your opponent's attacking, or you use your own removal against your opponent. Both works pretty well, so I am gonna pick Mobile Opportunist here. Other than that, there's a decent rare in Malcolm, but blue-red is one of the weakest colors in Thunder Junction. And blue and red are also weak by themselves. So that's not my priority. And speaking of color strength, I think green is the best if I remember. Like the Carcantra is basically a 5 mana 6/5 as long as you have a desert, and has some protection, built-in protection that helps you draw cards. And green-white is the strongest color pair I remember, followed by green-black, and these two uncommons are both pretty good. And the back four more looks a bit different than other cards because this is from the bonus sheet, and all the bonus sheet cards can commit crimes, and commit crimes means you target your opponent's stuff or target themselves or target their graveyard. And there are cards that care about commit crimes, and most of them are in blue-black, but it's present in all colors because that's the theme of this set. I talked about this set a lot already, so let's just pick this Morbid Opportunist and move on to pick 2. Pack 1, pick 2. The rare is taken, and we got Wilderness Valve. It's a 3 mana card, but if you can cast it late game, you can potentially cast a lot of free spells for your opponent's stack. But if you're unlucky, you just hit lands and be super sad. So I don't think I'm gonna pick this here. If I want to be on color, there's a Smuggler's Surprise. Return a creature from graveyard to hand and make a 1/1, which is quite a decent card. And the other good cards are like Scalestone Summoner. Can make 3/1s as long as you have power 4 greater. Gateway Glimmer. Can trigger your own ETB effects, as well as a removal targeting the most power creature. I think I'm gonna pick a on color black common to go with the Morbid Opportunist for now. Pick 3. We have I think this is the best uncommon of this set. Outcaster Greenblade, 3 mana 1/2 to search for basic land or desert to put into your hand, and it gets +1/+1 for each desert you control. So yeah, this is like a 3 mana 2/3, 3/4, or even 4/5, and you don't lose a card because it replaces itself with a land. So yeah, this is the best card here. Definitely gonna take this. And we'll be super happy if we're playing Black Green. And then we got a super good follow-up with Consuming Ashes, one of the premium black removal in this set. 4 mana destroy. It's not even destroy, it's exile type of creature, and potentially Surveil too. So yeah, it doesn't work well with Morbid Opportunist, which is a downside, but it's still a premium removal after all, so yeah, definitely gonna take this. Pick 5, on color cards, Servant of Stinger is quite decent. You need to commit a crime and then connect with this creature to search for the best card of your deck. But even without that part, it's a 2 mana 1/3 Death Touch with 3 toughness, which is quite decent. The other black and green cards are not so great, so I think I'm gonna take Servant. And there's also this time big enough, which is a pretty good blue uncommon, and is recently banned in standard. Because the play pattern of this is just obnoxious. You bounce your own enchantments that have great and the battlefield effects, and get value from those enchantments again. Yeah, let's just take the Servant. Move to pick 6. Pick 6, we have pretty decent green cards, Spying Woods Paladin. And Ruthless Lossbringer is a pretty good signpost, but I think gonna take a Desert here to go with Outcaster Greenblade. And Mirage Mesa taps for every color, so I'm gonna pick this one instead of the blue-black. Pick 7, pretty filler level for green and black. Rakish Crew isn't that great unless you are in the Mercenary deck, which we do have like, Outlaws, sorry. We do have 3 Outlaws. All of the creatures we have are Outlaws and +1 including the Mourner Surprise, but still. Gonna take the Festering Gulch to make Outcaster Greenblade better, and it's in both of the colors. Pick 8. There are 4 red cards, and this is a black red card. Destroy target creature. 4 mana Sorcery Speed destroys, not that great, but the Desert is completely off color, so I think still can take Terminal Agony. Maybe we splash for it, so it goes with Servant. Morbid Opportunist. Pick 9. Tarantula Wield, which is a pretty good sign of Green Open, and back for more Wield, which is a super good card in Black Green. We just need some heavy bitters like Tarantula for this to work well, and also instant speed, so you can catch your opponent off guard. Doing pretty good so far. Pick 10. Tumbleweed Rising is such a filler card that I'm willing to take an off-color Skullstone Summoner. A super good card in red, plus we already take a Terminal Agony. If we have enough fixing, we can just play black, green, red, and play off those. Pick 11. This is a pick between Drover Grizzly and Ambush Gigapede. Both are pretty good cards. So Drover Grizzly works better in green-white mounts or green-red for power, whereas Ambush Gigapede is a pretty good late game play that just -2/-2 anything. Also, it works pretty well with Back for More, so I'm gonna pick this. Pick 12, Binding Negotiation. Just gonna take this because this is the only on-color card and it's a main deck playable hand disruption. Although it doesn't exile, so it doesn't play well against green-black decks like what we have here. I'm gonna pick this Silver Deputy, not gonna play it most likely. Same for this Muscle. And let's go to pack 2, pick 1. We start with Tarantula versus Desperate Bloodseeker. Both are pretty good cards. Am I lacking 2-drop? Or do I bank on Tarantula being wheeled just like last pack? I'm gonna take some low drop first. And this is the best in green-black because we can always mill ourselves, which makes Back for More and Mourner Surprise a lot better. Pack 2, pick 2. We have filler level cards in black-green. But we do get Bristling Backwoods, which will make the red splash pretty good. Patient Naturalist is actually a good card in black-green, but I think I like taking a Desert for splashing and for the Green Blade to be better. Pick 3, we have premium removals in Consuming Ashes, and also 2 deserts that we can both play. I think we're gonna take a removal here. So we pick between Consuming Ashes or Unfortunate Accident. Accident doesn't exile the creature, so it's worse when playing against Graveyard Recursion, but it works with the Morbid Opportunist, and it makes a 1/1 if you pay 1 more mana, so I think I'm gonna take this over Consuming Ashes. Pick 4. Snake's Veil is a pretty good card, but I think Blood Hustler works quite well in this deck. If you have a lot of the pink deserts, that's a crime for Blood Hustler to get counters, and we have target removal for it, and Desperate Bloodseeker can also do it if we need it. I think I'm taking this over Snake's Veil. Snake's Veil is probably the better pick, but I like Blood Hustler here. Pick 5. I think just gonna take a Desert Stew. It scales with the amount of deserts we get, and it's a crime and the removal as well. Gonna take this. Pick 6. Black and red card not great, not splashing white at the moment, so it's gonna take Snake's Veil here. One Snake's Veil is always good. And in pick 7, we have this premium Dance of the Tumbleweed. It's either a 3 mana ramp or a late game threat, and you can still get land from a deck in late game. And the land you get from this is untapped as long as it can enter untap, which is pretty neat. And if we need to commit crimes, we can just use this to get the pink desert. Yeah, it's such a versatile card that I'm gonna take here. Pick 8. Wow, we are getting treated so much from both sides. We have Honest Trusting, which is one of the best signposts of this format. You just get a creature from the graveyard to hand, and of your creatures cast cost 1 less to cast. Ooh, we're eating good here. Gonna take this over another Desert Stew. Pick 9. Yep, we do get the Carcantrula wield, which is so good here. Pretty good target for Back for More, pretty good target to get back with Honest or the the more surprise. This is what I mean. Yep. Pick 10. Not gonna play a second Binding Negotiation, and Zombie Linebreaker is only good in black-white, so gonna take the Ragfish Crew here. Don't think gonna play it though. Pick 11, the on-color Desert Wield. Wow, we're doing so good here. Second copy of Snake's Veil. I was also consider picking it. Pick 13 has nothing. Pick 14, not gonna play this. And pick 3, pick 1. The on-color rare, Karavik the Punisher, is pretty limit situational. I mean, it's a 3 mana for 3/3 with 2 black pips. You need to commit a crime, and you can only cast a black card, and you still have to pay its cost, and you lose 2 life. So I am not that high on this card. Don't think I'm even gonna take it over a Patient Naturalist. And yeah, I think I'm gonna take a Patient Naturalist from here. I don't think this type play Rakish Crew or Messel. Let's take the Naturalist. Helps with the self-mill. Pick 3, pick 2. Not gonna play a third Snake's Veil. Not great cards in black and red. Our pillage is basically a Mind Rot with a potential treasure. Don't like that. Gonna take the Possum. Pick 3. We have another Back for More, which works super well in this deck. Gonna take that over nothing really. I'll take 3-star Commando to make the curve better, but that's it. Pick 4. We get another Ghostcaster Greenblade, which is 100% the pick here. That's still also great, but I'm not gonna pick this over Outcaster Greenblade, who is also good in multiples. Pick 5. We got Throw from Saddle, which is a premium removal for green-white. Not that better in this color, but it's still a removal. And don't think I'm gonna pick anything else here. Vault Plunder is usually a good card, but don't think this deck needs it when we have so many good 3-drops. don't think you're gonna play a possum either. So yeah, just settles. Pick 6. We get another Carcantula, which is another late game threat for this deck. This deck is actually lacking in the high drop, so I'm gonna take this. Pick 7. Another Carcantula over nothing else really. Hunting Coyote is pretty good, but only we're probably not even playing red for this deck. We're gonna just cut all the red cards out. We can still play this desert to up the desert count, that's for sure. So yeah, Carcantula here. Nothing else really. Pick 8. We got a desert, or we got a treasure town, which is a premium combat trick. You can use it to pump your creatures permanently and get trample all of your beaters, which we do need because our big creatures doesn't have trample themselves. And also you get to draw cards when it hits. So yeah, you can pick this over deserts or any other uncolored cards. Pick 9. Just gonna take Ankle Biter and not play it. Pick 10. Not gonna play any of this here. Pick 11. Don't think we are playing Magic Frontiers. And we didn't get any of the 3-mana 3/3 in green. I would actually like to play one of them if I have it, but oh well. Alright, let's head to the deck building, and we need to cut one card. Just playing the backwoods for desert count, not really playing any red cards. Or are we splashing Scalestone Summoner? I think this is a possible splash. Then we still need to cut 2 cards here. There's a lot of green, don't need a lot of green. This deck doesn't have any bombs, so don't need that many snakes in well. And in removal departments, we have Unfortunate, Broken Saddle, Desert Steel, and Consuming Ashes, and Back for More for late game. This only works late game, which is pretty good. Think I'm getting rid of Binding Negotiation. Don't need that many. Don't need any filler card for this. This is better in the dedicated crime deck, in like blue-black especially. And yeah, I think this will be the deck. Taking a look at it again, we have 3 2-drops and the Desert Steel that works at turn 2. And then in turn 3, we just cast our switch off like in our Castle Greenblade, Patient Naturalist, or ramp with Dance of Tumbleweeds. And for late game, we have 3 copies of Carcantula and Bush Gigapede and 2 Back for More to get them back. This is pretty sweet. It doesn't have any bombs, but the card quality is pretty good overall. And let's head to the gameplay. Alright, here we are at game 1. We start with what a If we draw a forest, this will be the best hand ever. But if we don't, it's gonna be disastrous. Morbid Alternatives works super well with Desert Deal, if that works out. That is, think gonna risk this and keep. If you draw any green source within the first 2 turns, yep, we get super rewarded by drawing this desert, and this hand is gonna be amazing. Boombox, and then we got Mirage Mesa, which is a second desert. I'm gonna play Desperate Bloodseeker and target ourselves first. We milled 2 removal spells, damn. Not great. They have a Warmint. The Boombox is not a good card, period. Done with that. Think I play Morbid Opportunist to so that they are less likely to trade. If they trade, we just get a free card draw, which I'm always up with that play. And if you don't trade, I'm just attack with this life linking 2/2. No attacks and pass. I think I'm just gonna attack with that's a Bloodseeker and pass here. Let's just go to combat. I don't think I'm using Desert Steel. Yep, we got this. They have mana open, that means there's a chance for the ambush Gigapede to be countered. Let's get green. And let's play Outcaster. Oh no, I mean Outcaster get countered. I don't know why I said Gigapede there. Let's take another desert. So we need a lot of deserts for Outcaster and Desert Dew. They didn't do anything on turn 4, which is good for us. And by playing this desert, Consuming Ashes, it exiles, which is not great. But I'm gonna use a Desert Stew on the varmint, so we're gonna withdraw a card afterwards. Boombox destroy a land. This is something to keep in mind. Or maybe we don't hit 6 mana next turn. Anyways, let's get this dealt with. Yep, we draw a card from Morbid. Draw another land, which is not great. Like all. And if they don't activate Boombox, just gonna think I'm gonna back for more Outcaster Grimblade or Oh, actually I can attack and flash ambush Gigapede, but that's kinda risky into 3 open mana if they have any counter spells. But still, the worst thing is they counter my Gigapede. My Bloodseeker gets eaten by Servant, and then I still draw a card. So let's just attack with the Bloodseeker now. If they block, gonna ambush that. Yep, the worst case didn't happen. We eat their servants and we draw a card from Morbid. We're still drawing lands, but this is a pretty good hand. They didn't do anything. Looks like they missed their land drop. I misplayed. I'm playing the land right now. This is a tackle. And play this. Get a desert. And then pass. And yeah, there's no way for them to get back unless they have a board wipe. Pretty sweet game 1. Sweet. Let's head to game 2. Alright, here we are at game 2. Starting with a green, a red, and 4 cards touching black. This is an unkeepable hand, a mulligan. And number 2, quite better. I think I'm gonna bottom Snake Well and hopefully draw enough lands into a Carcantula. Play the tap lands first. Not sure if I want to Mirage Mesa or Forest next turn. I think I want to play Forest. Drew into back for more. And Bloodseeker gonna self-mill. Alright, milled 2 non-lands. We do need to draw more lands. And we milled creatures, which is pretty good. Crab. Well, can attack into the crab just to get life. So let's do it. And gonna take Morbid after. Crab can get +2/-2 by paying 2 mana. And they got free loot if they don't cast anything from hand. Which is quite decent with the instant speed stuff or plot, which is the one of the mechanic of the set. Plot is you exile a card from your hand with plot by paying the plot cost, and then I think I'm gonna get red here. I'll just attack for life gain. And once you plus a card, you can cast it on a later turn for free on exile at sorcery speed. So when you cast your spell from exile with the plus, it doesn't count as casting from hand, so it triggers stuff like Canyon Crab. Murder on Morbid Opportunist, pretty sad, but oh well. They get to become Blood Hustler or Patience, maybe Patience, just to hit for more damage. And also exiles the card from graveyard, which is not good. Yeah, they can just attack with the Naturalist, and they also attack with Crab because they press attack all. That's the only reason. Attack with the Bloodseeker for 3/2 damage and play a control and pass. Please don't use exile removal on this, please. I have a back for more. Okay, they shot the Sheriff, which is not an exile removal. So I'm more okay with that. Let's draw a card. Another land, which is not great. Now I don't want to see any lands. They didn't exile any cards from the graveyard. Please don't compute. Okay, this only triggers once each turn, which is good. So they cannot exile the controller right now. Just attack with Lazov. Holding up 3 mana. Play a 3/2. And we draw another land? Wow. This is really bad. Back for more can eat the Lazov right now, so I think I'm gonna do that before it gets exiled. Anyways, let's attack first. They cannot commit crime right now. They're tapped out. Get the damage. Get the back for more. Fights the Lazov before Lazov gets any bigger. And we have Reach to block the Bazard. Okay, so please don't draw any more lands. That's 8 lands already. And Blood Hustler is a pretty good card when you're flooded, because you can just keep using the mana to drain your opponents. And this is committing a crime, so it gets countered. They play an Intimidation campaign. Drain a life and draw a card. And works super well with committing crimes. Blood Hustler, it's gonna gets bigger and bigger the more crimes I get. And well, I'll just say the game doesn't like me. That's all. This you can't do this to me, Arena. How dare you! Throwing me all the lands. I choose a trade. Okay. I definitely take that. Get a land and pass. At least we still have a 6/5 on board. Maybe they use a removal on the 6/5 and I drew into my instant speed stuff. Then I can play right away afterwards. But yeah, I need to draw playable cards. Not like this. Like the old rusting. But the old rusting is not what the card is called in this set. Or honest rusting. Honest rusting will be so good here. Or Dance of the Tumbleweeds, that's such a good card. Don't think I want to trade into a 5/4, but if they commit a crime, this creature gains indestructible. Still think I need to leave Kakandra on defensive. I want them to spend mana to deal with this Kakandra, so I get value from the card draw. Let's get like casually a 9/9 and pass here. Yeah, the more lands we get, the more powerful this becomes, and they use the best removal on the token, which is sad. And we don't get to block the 5-4, but if they attack, I'm gonna attack back, that's for sure. Their intimidation campaign is working out for them right now. And the Canyon Crab is not doing anything because they just keep casting cards from hand. Yeah, it's not great with Intimidation campaign if you want to cast it every turn. Ooh. Okay, the land and pass. We drew into Trash, and Trash is such a good draw here because I can get some guaranteed damage in and draw 2 cards out from this. Yeah, I'm gonna use almost if they block here. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna use 1 red mana because we don't need that many red mana to begin with. Yep, we get some damage in. We draw 2 cards. Hopefully, we can play something right away. We drew into Servant of Stinger, which is a pretty good card when we get the Pink Desert with our caster Greenblade. Not gonna get the Pink Desert yet. I'm gonna play everything here. And yeah, I believe the deck still has 1 more Pink Desert, which is, yep, Bristling Backwoods. And the Pink Desert enables Servant Stinger, and will make Greenblade 5/6. Muscle only works on their turn, so they cannot get indestructible when we are attacking. They can commit crime with Blood Hustler, that's it. Bell Forwarding to bounce the 8/7 Calicandrula, giving me a free card draw, and I can still just cast it afterwards. That works out pretty nicely for us. And yeah, I think we just got this. They can attack with the muscle, but it's pretty whatever. If they dare to attack, they have less on blocks, which I'm a fan of. And there's no way they can win with so few cards in hand and so few stuff on board. Or we can also just flash this Ambush Gigapede. Instant speed to deal with Blood Hustler if they block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 6. I need to play the Forest, so that I can play both cards in hand. Let's play the Forest, even if we are not getting the Servant's value. If they block, I'm definitely gonna ambush right away. If they don't block, I can still ambush them. Not gonna get the card tutor, but no, still get a card tutor even though we don't kill anything. But yeah, if they do this, then I'm definitely gonna flash in the ambush, -2 on them, and we eat their creatures, and then play the Calicandrula. Ooh, 11 mana actually worked out here. Glad we drew the Trash the Town in time, otherwise we're gonna get stuck with like only 1 Calicandrula. If they attack here, I'm gonna chump block. Visage Bandit becomes a copy of Muscle. Slickshot Bowbuster, okay, so 2 creatures, that's fine. I have very favorable attack here. And if you draw any non-land, oh, if you draw Thorn Saddle, that's great. It deals damage, so let's kill this Muscle and attack all. And yeah, that's lethal. Yep. Alright, this game is not as smooth compared to game 1 because we did have a land flood, but we got there with the power of Trash the Town, giving trample 2 counters and draw 2. Pretty nice. Heading into game 3. Alright, here we are at game 3. Starting with the splash, but no red source to cast it. Can still play Morbid Opportunist, and that's it. I think still gonna keep this. Even though there's no removal to work with this. And we drew our splash land, which is great because we can play Summoner on 3 and trash the town on the Summoner to get some 3/1s. They pay 2 mana to exile Beastbone Outcaster, which is a pretty good uncommon. If they play a 3 mana 4/2 here, they can just play this and get a card draw that way, but they didn't. That means they don't have a 4-power creature for turn 3. Maybe they have a counter spell, but still can play this. Alright, that's on board. And Throw from Saddle works super well with Summoner. It's gonna make it a 4/4. Another class with Legion of Fool's Fall. I'm pretty fine with that. Even though they can just cast this and that in next turn. But yeah, they leave themselves open, so I can just trash the town and put 2 counters, draw 2 cards, and make a 3/1 when I attack. Yeah, that's a pretty good turn for us. Even if they're gonna play 2 free spells next turn. And next turn we have Morbid Opportunist into Throw from the Saddle. They work pretty well together. 0 mana 4/3, 0 mana 3/3 draw card, and they still have 5 mana open. Hopefully they cannot deal with this Skeleton Summoner. It's just gonna dominate the game if they don't deal with this. Keep making the 3/1s. Clear Shot, one of the best removals in this set. Pretty sad to see the Summoner gone, but yeah, we already got our value from there. Right now we have options. We can use Throw from Saddle right away, but we will not get value from Morbid. And if we play Morbid and then Throw from Saddle, their 2 mana open will get us. So I think the best thing here actually is to play Honest Rustin into Blood. Honest Rustin into Blood Hustler and keep up a Snake Signal. Oh no, I don't have. I can do this actually, yeah, that works out. Play Honest Rustin and then a Blood Hustler. The other option is to play Morbid and attack with 3/1, but they will definitely not trade, so this doesn't matter too much. Let's just attack with a 3/1. I choose to trade, which is fine. And we'll play the Blood Hustler and pass. Keeping up the 1 mana Snake Signal in case they deal with the Honest Rustin. I would love to see Rustin stay on board because the cost reduction. Dark Orlok. Reduce the plot cost and spell cast from graveyard exile cost. They plot a Loan Shark, which is probably the best common of this set. But basically a 4 mana 3/4 draw card. We play a Forest. I think this is the best time to use Throw from Saddle, so let's play with the Morbid first. And then Throw from Saddle, Rusting, and Digging. Honest Rustin on the Digging. Trigger the Crime, and Snake Signal. Ugh. But at least it's not a fight. So I'm not gonna. So it's just protection. 1 protection on them, which is fine. If I attack with Rustin, I cannot play Scales on Summoner afterwards. I'll just play the Summoner and attack with Rustin. This is not a good trade for them. But they're probably not gonna do that. And now, if they spend this destroy-based removal on Scalestorm Summoner, I would just draw a card. They play a Razzle Dazzler, which is the dire Sahagin of the set. It's so much weaker than Sahagin because it starts as a 1/2 and you have to cast 2 spells to trigger this, compared to Sahagin's 1 spell. They attack with 5/4 and pass. Draw a land. They cannot counter us because we have mana open after playing Cacantrula, so let's just do that. Can just attack with a Scalestorm Summoner, and if they single block with Long Shark, I just Snake Sing it. Sounds like a good plan. But this is guaranteed to make a sweet one. I just Snake Skin first. If they block, they also have their own Snake Sing. Okay, that's fine. In that case, I draw a card. And get an Outcaster Green Blade. Cannot cast it because I didn't leave any green mana open. Oops. I should have spent my red mana for the generic mana. Do not believe the auto tabber. Damn. And yeah, trading will be huge favorable for us. So I'm gonna trade this Cacantrula into the Legion. Make your own luck, which is a very good green blue card. They draw 3 cards and they get a free spell from among them. They didn't get any free spells. Maybe they don't want to reveal, or they drew 3 lands. Both are possible. Consuming Ashes is a good removal, but doesn't work with Morbid. I can still just trade the Cacantrula into one of their stuff. Think get a desert and don't play it. And we attack with Cacantrula, trade with Long Shark, and Consuming Ashes on the flyer. I think that's a play here. Or if they want to do that, that's fine too. I'll just leave the Consuming Ashes for later. Yep, we got card draw this way. And we got back 4 more, which costs 6 mana to cast. So not gonna play the Festering Gulch, gonna play the untap land. They only have 1 mana up, so this is probably the best time to do so. Let's just do it right now. Cacantrula onto the Long Shark. And there's a crime for Blood Hustler. Don't get a card draw from Morbid because it is already triggered. Oh yeah, we're super ahead here. Next turn, play the Festering Gulch to make Blood Hustler a 4/4, Outcaster Greenblade a 3/4, and attack with, I think just attack with all minus Morbid. Razzle Dazzler into Hag Bristle Bandit. That's a second spell, so both of them get counters. If that's their play, I think I can just Consuming Ashes on the 3/4 to make all of my attacks favorable. That's a crime. Do they have more Snake Sing Well? The third one? I'm not gonna play around the third one. Because... Alright, this time big enough. Okay, that's a pretty good card for them. But I'll just cast Blood Hustler again, and I think I'm gonna play the Festering Gulch. Trigger Blood Hustler, make Outcaster 3/4, and attack with all minus the Morbid. Or can I attack with Morbid? They cannot block with everything, and yeah, they're pretty done with this. Alright, we are at 3-0. Pretty smooth sail so far. Heading into game 4. Alright, here we are at game 4. Starting with 3 forests, a Mirage mess up, which can be black, and we have Outcast of Green Bay on 3, Consuming Ashes potentially on 4 if we grab a Swamp. A workable hand. Not the greatest. Drew another forest, which is not great. Let's make this mess up. Have a black. Green, red. Please don't play a 2-drop, because I'm not gonna play anything on 2. Play the bandit, not great. Play forest and passed. Drew into a Scalestone Summoner, which we cannot play. Unless we get red sources. But if we don't get black sources, we cannot play on Consuming Ashes. So that's not great. Gonna trade into this Gila Corsair with Outcaster Greenblade, sadly. At least I'm a 2-3, so we have the option to trade. That's the least we can have. Think we have to get an untapped black to unlock the Consuming Ashes and Unfortunate Accident for this deck. Need to be disciplined. And also, hope they don't have removal for Outcaster Greenblade. Mobile Homestead, which has haste as the control amount. And they're gonna saddle the Gila Corsair and attack with it. Exile top cards, I can play it, which is Patient Naturalist. I'm gonna block here. Drew a Fasting Gulch, but don't want to play it because we're gonna Consuming Ashes next turn. Not sure what we are targeting though. Maybe they can help us decide. Yeah, definitely playing the Patient Naturalist next turn. Otherwise they lose this. I think I want to get rid of the mobile homestead. And we do get a Surveil too by killing any of the creatures they're presented. Play the forest. 4 mana open, 2/2. And before attackers, let's get rid of this. I'll be sad if they have Snake Stingveil up. They don't, alright? We got Carcantula and Honest Rusting, which are both super great cards to have right now. We got even picked orders for them. Think I want Honest Rusting first. But if I get Honest Rusting first, I'm gonna play the Outcaster Greenblade and the Carcantula will be shuffled. So let's actually get Carcantula first. Attack with Bandits and we play Carcantula. I am playing the untapped land. Yeah, 5 mana 6/5 and Ward make us draw a card. And also Reach. Pretty great card in common. None of their creatures can attack through this for now. And green removal cannot deal with this either. They have their own Carcantula, which dies to Unfortunate Accidents. If I want to do that, that is. I think I'm fine just attacking into trading. Let's try that. No trade. Sure. Then I think I'm just gonna play more stuff here. Honest Rustin into this Outcaster for a red desert, which will be Bristling Backwoods, and play it. Make Greenblade a 3/4. I will not block if they attack here. And we have a back for more, which doesn't do anything right now. Dance of the Tumbleweeds, which will make them a 7/7, bigger than Carcantula. In that case, I'll need to use the Unfortunate Accidents on it. And I will also want to play the Scalestone Summoner afterwards. Not gonna block if they just attack with Carcantula. Fine, no blocks. 12. Rule land. We have 6 mana open. Unfortunate accidents can be 5. It costs 5 mana if I want a 1/1. I think 1/1 is pretty good blocking the Cacantrula, so let's play an untap land here. Untap Swamp into Unfortunate. Targeting this elemental. Play this before it's too late and attack with awe. They can trade into Alcazar Greenblade, but it's pretty whatever. They want to trade the Cacantrula, that's fine too, because we can reanimate with Back for More. If they attack with Cacantrula, I'm just gonna chump block here. Giant Beaver, a 4/4, which is less than Alcazar's Greenblade because it's gonna be a 4/5 next turn. Yep, they are not attacking. I'm gonna play a fastering. I think it's a 4/5. And Back for More can eat a Giant Beaver, so I'm gonna try that. Am I attacking? I can tap Mercenary for Alcazar Greenblade for a attack. And I think I'm just gonna do that actually. Let's try it. Worst case scenario is I Back for More there, deal with the Cacantrula. In that case, that will be a. They only have 1 card. Let's just attack with this. And not deal with this Giant Beaver. Just block with that. Then they're gonna get blown up so hard by this Back for More. Quick draw. Yeah, Back for More is doing wonders here. Fight you. Ooh. And yep, we are super ahead. And by playing Festering Gulch, it makes this even more. Yep, gonna play everything here. Tap this to give Rustin a power and attack all. Make a 3/1. And yep. Ooh. That's our 4-0. Doing pretty good so far. And after rank reset, we are back to Platinum, and Platinum is so much easier than Mythic. Everyone is so good in Mythic, and in Platinum, it's easier to cruise around. Heading into Game 5. Alright, here we are at Game 5, starting with no green source going first. If we draw green, this is one of the best hands, but not gonna risk this when we're going first. Mulligan. Hand 2. If we bottom the Cacantrula, the whole hand is playable, and we have Morbid Opportunist that works well with the Desert Stew, so let's keep this, bottoming the only green card, and let's start with Blood Hustler into Morbid. Rule into another red card, which is quite great, although there is no way for it to make a 3/1 right now. We cannot get a powerful greater creature. Unless we get access to green stuff, or we somehow make this Blood Hustler a 4/4. They drew into Train a Lynx. So we can play the Morbid Opportunist and attack with the Blood Hustler for trade. We're not gonna block the Train a Lynx for days. Because if they play any creature, this Train a Lynx is gonna be first strike. And the worst case scenario is they use a removal on Morbid Opportunist. But yep, they didn't. They played the second Train a Lynx, gonna settle the first one for the first strike. Fine with that, because I am gonna use a Desert Stew. Still gonna use Desert Stew. I shouldn't play the land. I misplayed. Oh well. Let's just attack with all. I just misplayed. Oh well. I was planning to play Desert Stew, but my hand was on the Skeleton Summoner for some reason. They basically deny me a card draw if they use a removal on Morbid. They only attack with one creature. In that case, no block. We still have the Desert Stew play. Gonna attack first. Let's see what they have. Nope. They're clear. So yeah, let's get our card draw first. That's committing a crime. That's a card draw for Morbid. If it is resolved, that is. Yep, that worked out. And we are guaranteed to have a play afterwards with Mourner Surprise. Let's do that. And Mourner Surprise will make us a 1/1, which works super well with Skeleton Summoner. Alright. I was gonna say they didn't do anything, and then the card they're plotting is Longhorn Sharpshooter, which does something to the board when they plot. Good for them, good for them. So now we can just Mercenary, make this bigger. And I think I'm just gonna Consuming Ashes so that this stays on board. We got a Surveil 2, bottoming this land, get a green land, attack, make a 3/1, and pass. We're doing pretty good so far. With the help of Mercenary, this Skeleton Summoner can easily make 3/1s. Play a 3/3 for free. Play a Mystical Tether, which is gonna deal with this Skeleton Summoner sadly. But yeah, gonna play this Festering Gulch. Gonna play this Morbid Opportunities right now and force them a trade. If they don't trade, they take 4. If they trade, I draw a card. Oh, pretty good. Yep, I draw a card. Draw into Ambush Gigapede, which will be super good if we draw another land. They got a Bruce Tower, which is not good, and they exiled a land, so they get a Ox. Ew. Don't like to see that, and their Ox has Double Strike. We got nothing by meeting them, so let's mill ourselves. Mill into 2 non-lands. Alright. Do not have an attack, so let's just pass. I can always just chump block to get a card draw. They exile another land, which is another double striking Ox. Just gonna double block here. We're drawing cards, no matter how. What happens? Take up the shield. That's a very good card from them. At least we get a card draw. Crush the town. Drew a Festering Gulch. Ooh. A little bit ugly here. And the Bruce Saw is gonna get away with this, I think. Because we didn't have enough lands to cast anything in our hand. Which is quite sad. Let's trash the town and get 2 counters. And block at Ox. We're taking a lot of damage here. Don't forget to draw a card. Frontier Seeker gets something, which is a land. Play a Sterling Keeper, which can tap something. Don't think we can survive this. They spend 2 mana to tap this. They attack with 4. I can use this to -2 something and block something, but they're still attacking with 4 damage on board, which is enough for lethal, so I think that's it. Alright. Didn't draw enough lands to cast the spells. Kinda sad. 4-1 heading into game 6. Alright, here we are at game 6, starting with Nothing Castle on 2, and then Morbid Opportunist into Unfortunate Accident, which works super nicely. Let's keep. Do need to draw a land so we can cast the removal spells. Ideally, we draw the Trailblazer on 3. We do draw a land, so our plays, we have 3 and 4 turn plays. And we can spend 2 minutes to just make a 1-1, which is pretty bad. Not gonna do that. Let's play a Morbid Opportunist and pass. Miriam attacks into Morbid Opportunist super well, which is not what I like. And maybe they have removal right here to get rid of this. In that case, I'm just gonna Consuming Ashes before they untap. Play a Conjure Pylons to survive 1. I'll definitely play this desert if I draft any. Basically just a survive 1 for this deck. They attacked, no block, because I just can't. 3 mana for a Rambling Possum, which is a mount. Works super well for them. Cannot block anything here, so I'm just gonna play this Unfortunate Accident, which is a destroy-based removal, triggers Morbid. Draw a card. And yeah, it's gonna make the Miriam bigger, so I'll have to deal with it. Although it does give me 1 less 1-1, and yeah, if I'm playing Consuming Ashes next turn, I essentially just lose a 1-1. And I can play this, but this is only making 5-5, so yeah. I'll take the L of not getting a 1-1. A Contra and Patient. I don't think I need to be patient anymore. Attack with this. And next turn, gonna play the Tumbleweed next turn. They get a 5-5 from their exile because there was a mana to cast it, and it works super well with reanimate effects like Back for More because it will be counted for the wasn't cast clause. As play a Swamp, play a Humongous Tumbleweed, and pass. Tumbleweed for red here, in case we drew the red splash. And if they use Destroy removal on 7-7, I get to draw cards with Morbid Opportunist, which is pretty great. Maybe I'm supposed to dump this Kakandra into the graveyard so I get more value with Honest Rustin? Huh. But yeah, it's already in my hand. Also, by the law, this is one of the best removal in this set, because you get to exile something and you get a 1-1. Really great sequence for them. Cannot block here. Go to 9. Not what I love to see. Just gonna play Kakandra. And maybe I'm supposed to take the bonus, use the bonus surprise right now because otherwise I can't do anything afterwards. Or we can run out this Honest Rustin, which will cost us 1 more mana. Oh well. Which is fine. But yeah, if we have Snake Sing Valve, I should definitely play Honest Rustin first. They are gonna play a removal. I get to draw a card, but I am on Chum block duty now. Hopefully they don't have removal for on Justin, otherwise I'll get shreked so hard. Yep, they're gonna pump everything into this attack and I have to block. Roll into a Scout on Summoner. Can play Alcaster Greenblade into Cacantrola and play a tap land. Let's do that. Mirage Mesa. If I get untap land, I can play this too, but this makes Greenblade bigger. I think I'm just gonna leave this one on blocks in case Cacantrola dies again. I'm gonna use Morbid to chump block here instead of Alcaster Greenblade, who has the potential to be bigger. Shepherd of the Clouds. They get something back, which is Rumbling Possum for them. And Cacantrola can block the Shepherd for days. Unless they get rid of this Cacantrola, that is. Drew into ambush. If we don't draw into this ambush, I was gonna Mourner's Surprise 2 mana, Honest Rusting 2 mana into Cacantrola, which is 4 mana. What? But yeah, with ambush Gigabit, I'm just gonna play the Skeleton Summoner and pass. This is a very sus by keeping this Patient Naturalist in hand. Well, let them figure out what I have. Beat Tumbleweed. They're gonna get a big creature, which is a 7/7. Yep, that's a desert, so I take one. They cannot attack, so I'm just gonna ambush the 1/1, so I draw a card this turn. Drew into another Alcaster Greenblade, which is Wonders, because we can play this and another desert. But before that, let's Mourner Surprise. Honest. Honest or Cacantrola. And then we have the mana for Cacantrola. And the board is super screwed up, and I don't have any favorable attacks until next turn. Not gonna attack this turn, let's pass. I'll start attacking with 7/2 Gigapede by tapping this Mercenary. And now they have a 3/3 blocker for the Ambush Gigapede. Oh well. For them. They play a Spinewoods Armadillo instead, which is a 7/7. And they plot a low Alchemist, which makes a Shepherd a 7/5, and they choose to attack right now. I'm definitely blocking because blocking makes such draw a card. Still take damage because of Trample. Yep, Morbid Opportunist is doing super well, and they only have 3 blockers for all of our stuff. Is there a way for us to win right here, right now? Back for More can reanimate a thing, but it doesn't eat anything they control because it's just too big. But still, they just get rid of 1 blocker. And if we get rid of a 5/5, and we attack all, they block the biggest. If it, don't think I'm gonna attack for all this math. Don't think the math works out. Still, we have a very good attacking Ambush Gigapede, so we're gonna do that. Yep, 5/5 on this, which is expected. I can choose to draw a card right now, but don't have to. Make this trade. I still draw a card from Morbid, dropping to a forest. Play this Alcaster Greenblade, gets a desert, the last desert in the deck, which is gonna make them bigger, and play Patient Naturalist. And I have 6 mana for Back for More, so yeah, that's a play. land card, and have a back move for more ARP. They're gonna play a low, they're gonna play a 3-3 Rambling Blossom. And back for more can eat either of those. Kakantula, sure. Rambling Possum. And Hello Alchemist. And that's it. Let's play the back for more. I can ambush Gigapede -2 and fight Kakantula. That makes him draw a card. I think I like that idea more. But they do make that, but they don't get to keep the Gigapede though. Actually, I still like Kakantula here. Fights the 3-3. Draw a card, which is gonna be a removal, which is from -6/-6, and deal with the Kakantula. So yeah, let's play that. Let's play the Desert Steel, which is a -6/-6 on Kakantula. The only thing that you can deal with. And they don't have any mana, so it doesn't matter too much. Drew into a Blood Hustler, which can drain our opponent. Gonna play that. And just attack with Awe. Make a 3-1. Let them figure out the blocks. I will use the... Yep, they do 2 very favorable blocks. I'm gonna put the trample on whoever Alo Alchemist is blocking. Yeah, that's not it. They cannot block like this. They're gonna die. So that is 6. Yep. Wait, that's... I think that's still lethal, but let's just get this over with. 2 counters on something. Trample on this. Autoplay. I think that's still lethal. Yep. Alright. We get to a pretty huge board state and one with an all-out attack. This is what green is good at. And yeah, this is why green is the best color. We got this casually 3 mana, draw a land, and it's like 4 or 5 in late game. Damn. Now we are at... Oops, I forgot my record. Oh, fish memories. We are at 5-1, heading into game 7. Alright, here we are at game 7. Starting with 2-drop into 2-drop into nothing else. This hand needs deserts for Kakantula. Desperate Bloodseeker can self-mill, which makes Black for more a little bit better, or I mill them to make Blood Hustler a 2-2. Both plays are possible, I think we're gonna keep this, and hopefully we drew in lands. Ideally we drew the Outcast Trailblazer. But yeah, let's play with these first. They start with Bristle Bandit. You can start with Desert Bloodseeker, or I think I start with Blood Hustler, and I'm gonna mill them. But if I mill them, they are probably getting something because they're green-black. In that case, I kind of regret myself. They throw from the saddle. Alright. Never mind. In that case, I prefer for them to not kill this, and now I can mill myself. Yeah, like Fast and Gulch. I'm gonna play that and mill myself with Desperate Bloodseeker. On turn 4, we have nothing, but afterwards, we have 2 consecutive turns of Kakantula lining up. What do we mill? Let's see. We milled Mirage Mesa, which we kinda need. And Sneaking Veil, which I think the mills are pretty decent. They play the desert and untapped bandit. And they they don't get the mana anyways. Fine. I think I can just attack first and hold up this Desert Duel just in case they're gonna use a combat trick on block. If they don't do anything, I'm just gonna destroy this bandits before they get any value from the mana. Maybe they use Snake Sting, which they didn't. Alright. They hit land 5. They discard Spinewood's Armadillo when they almost can cast it. That means they probably have a reanimating spell, and if it's back for more, it plays so well into the Cantula, and they use Honest Rustin to get it back, which means yeah, they're just gonna cast it from hand next turn. Or in our case, we're just gonna play a Cantula, attack with the Bloodseeker first, and play a Cantula, which isn't great against Spinewood's Armadillo. They choose to block. Maybe they have another way to get this back. Play the Cantula, and they can just play this Armadillo and break this Cantula. Their stuff is way bigger than ours. Play a second one and pass. I don't think I want to double block if they attack. Binding Negotiation probably takes away back for more. That's definitely the best card here. I don't think they are attacking. Yep, they are not attacking. Consuming Ashes is not enough against a Ward 3. We need 7 mana to deal with that. So let's just play another Cantula and pass. 3 spiders versus 1 armadillo. They use a Binding Negotiation again. Didn't get rid of Consuming Ashes because I cannot target this anyways. That's probably what they're thinking. Gonna play the Swamp and pass. They play a Swamp. We got it back for more, which gets back nothing at the moment. I think we can just go for a big attack. We just go for big attack, which is 12 damage. And let's just pass here. Any small thing they play is gonna get destroyed by the back for more, and if they don't play anything, go from the saddle. Draw a card. Okay, Servant is pretty good against Spinewoods blocks. Dance of the Tumbleweed. In that case, I'm thinking of using Consuming Tides on that one instead. You cannot attack. There's no way you're attacking when I'm presenting a Consuming Ashes in my hand right now. Let's use it. Honest Rusting and a land. I think Honest Rusting is just better for now. Although, if I play Honest Rusting, I cannot play a Cantula. But if I draw a land, I cannot play anything anyways, so let's just keep it like that. Play a Servant of the Stinger and an Honest Rusting for a Cantula. Or we can get Blood Hustler and get damaging that way. I think that's actually better. Let's do that instead. And let's just pass. Alright. Fine by me, fine by me. Servant of the Stinger can trade into Armadillo, play the land. And Armadillo can be sacrificed into any card in the deck. And we can get the 4 mana removal to deal with Armadillo. That's one way for us to win. Let's try that. Yep, I commit a crime right now. And yeah, they don't want to deal with this. I'm gonna get the best card in my deck. And they don't know what it is. But yeah, it's not gonna be good for them. Sweet. Right now I believe we are 6-1. Let's double check, which is indeed the case. 6-1 heading into game 8. Alright, here we are at game 8, starting with a Servant of a Stinger into a Throw from Settle is pretty great. And I can commit crime. I commit crime with this, so I can just sacrifice it to get the Trailblazer. Drew a splash land can be useful if we actually drew the card with splashing. They played Stubborn Burrowfiend. We just played the Silver Stinger, which blocks them right away. Although if they have a saddle, they can just destroy this. Collector Cage, which is a bomb. They can just spend. They have a free spell at the ready. They spend 1 mana to pump this creature. In that case, I am not gonna block because I'm gonna throw on saddle and stack this for Trailblazer. Yep, that's what I'm gonna play. Yeah, faster indulge. Yeah, I think I still go for this play, because otherwise the throw from the saddle is not going to be great afterwards. Let's grab our. Oh, this is Greenblade, not Trailblazer. Oops, I got some card names messed up, but yeah. We get our Arcasa Greenblade, which is the best part of this in the deck. We don't have any removal for Collector's Cage. Ellie. Let's play this Greenblade and get a. I think I still get a Crime Desert. And not gonna play it because it works with Blood Hustler. Nah, we cannot cast anything on turn 5 anyways. Unless we draw a Cacantrula. Put a counter on this. Oh well, I got it. Play the Blood Hustler, play the Festering. I think I'm gonna attack because I cannot block if they just put one more counter here. One counter is a 6/4 now. Can attack with Trample later, which can be super annoying. Don't like that. They didn't play anything. And Cacantrula blocks that no matter what, which is quite great. Play a land for turn, attack with all. No effect. Let's just play a Cacantrula. And back for more is basically can get back Servant of Stinger and trade with the Grizzly. That's it. Our life total is super low though. They play the Armadillo, which is pretty good for them on blocks. I am gonna trade into the Grizzly if they attack. Or actually, if they attack, I don't block, I attack all, they block here, huh? They didn't attack anyways. We play a land. We have 7 mana, which is enough to play either Back for More or Ambush Gigapede. And we are not gonna block this Spinewood Armadillo whatsoever. Let's just... We can double block, I mean. Not gonna single block it, and cannot target any of our crime stuff on it. And if they play a creature and then activate Collector's Cage, that'll be pretty bad. Betrayal. We got to draw a card first. If we drew a removal, which we didn't, and Back for More is not enough, they are gonna get us with this Betrayal. Super sad, but what can you do? It resolves. Put a counter on the Dragon Grizzly. And if they attack all, I'm gonna take damage from Armadillo and destroy this Grizzly. How do I do it though? Back form. I think I just flash this ambush Gigabit. I can double block if I want to. Block here, block there. Because I don't get to fight back. I really want to fight back. Back for more gonna help us with that. Got a Morbid Opportunist, which is another blocker for this Spinewood Armadillo. But we do not have enough mana to do both things. If we attack, then I back for more for the chump blocker. Now, that's very risky, not gonna lie, but I think I'm gonna try it actually. Let's just attack here and pass. If they don't have any trample, if they don't have instant speed removal, this is gonna be great for us. They get a Shepherd of the Clouds, which I do not like, but in that case, we can get back Carcantula for the back for more. They tap their mana super wrong, so they can't even play the Drover Grizzly, which is pretty good for us. In this case, back for more. Carcantula, which is gonna eat the Shepherd of the Clouds and block the Spinewood's Armadillo. Yep, do not use Auto Tapper when you have lands like Country Pylons. Like that. Block here. If they have an instant speed removal, I'm done. But they don't. Or if they have any way to give this trample. Alright, they don't. They have a Mystical Tether, which is gonna set us back a lot. We get a Monument Surprise. We can get Servant of the Stingers, so which is the best blocker we can get, or we cannot get Blood Hustler because it's exiled. There's no way for us to win right away, so let's just get the Servant of Stinger, which is the best blocker we can have. Also, if we get the blocker, the Droven Grizzly can attack with trample damage. Or maybe I'm supposed to get Ambush Gigapede and flash it. Oh, I think that will be so awesome. But oh well. I play a Droven Grizzly, and if they attack with trample damage next turn, I'm done. I didn't think too much about that. I should have. Let's hope that the next drop will help us here. Yeah, if they drew into any creature, we just lose with the trample attack. I think I'm just gonna attack with the Mercenary 1/1 if we don't draw into anything. There is absolutely no way we can come back if they draw a creature. So let's just do this attack attempt. Maybe they don't draw into any creature and we're still good on blocks. Yep, they know our game plan full well. Let's just play this Patient Naturalist. Get a treasure and pass. Either play any creature, I'm just gonna scoop right here. I think I should have get the 6-2. They didn't get any creature, so we are safe for now. If they attack with Grizzly alone, they cannot do that. Or maybe they can, huh? I can block with a 3 toughness. So that's I have to block with 2 things. Well, they're forcing a trade if they attack with this, but I don't think they're gonna attack. because getting a trample attack is pretty huge for them as well. We drew into Dance of the Tumbleweeds. Do we have another removal in the deck? We don't, but the Dance of the Tumbleweed is gonna be very huge, which is enough to block the Spinewood. We're gonna get a Backwood, deals damage. I think we're gonna attack with Servant. Put them to 1, and if they don't block, I'm just sacrifice it and maybe I don't know if there's any card in this deck can do 1 damage to them, but I know I'm gonna sacrifice. I just do damage to you. I actually don't think I have a card that can do that, but let's just get Consuming Ashes, which works well against Draw Grizzly. A card died, let's not play anything. If they play a creature, I'm just gonna destroy this Grizzly right away. I mean, exile it. Yep, this Grizzly is gone before you can do anything. And I think we just win on board. Yep. Our victory is sealed. There's no way for them to come back. Alright. I didn't get punished because they didn't draw a creature when they have a draw Grizzly and Armadillo there, which is lucky for me. But yeah, we got there, 7-1. A pretty smooth sail with a pretty powerful deck without any rares. I'm not counting the Morbid Options as mythic because it was an uncommon in the set it came from. Taking another look at this deck, we have decent early plays. These are all pretty good, I mean, and a lot of good 3-drops in Morbid Opportunist, Outcaster Greenblade, which is the best 3-drop ever, Uninteresting, which is the best signpost ever, Passion Naturalist, which works well with Green-Black's game plan, and Skeletron Summoner, which makes us a lot of 3-1s. When in the games we cast it, it's pretty neat. And in late game we have 3 Carcantrulas and 1 Ambush Gigapede. They work pretty well with Back for More after they died on board or I milled them. And we have a lot of removals in Back for More counts as removal. Consuming Ashes, one of the best removal. Soul from the Saddle, not the best in this deck, but it's certainly pull these punches with like Death Toucher and the big creatures. And Dance of the Tumbleweed is such a good card by being early game ramp and late game threat combined into 1 card. Although I don't remember in any of the games we cast the 3-mana mode. But yeah, we just have the 6-mana mode where we get land and the XX Elemental. And Money Surprise, which is basically a weaker Uninteresting. And we Treasure Town is also pretty useful. And yeah, this is such a sweet deck. And the best card of this deck is probably Green Blade, but Morbid Opportunities did a lot of work in this deck because we have a lot of removal that works with it, or we just either chump block or trade with opponent's creatures. And we don't get a lot of chance to play with the special guest cards. But yeah, pretty sweet deck. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.